Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well and enjoying your day off and have a wonderful Easter this weekend if you are celebrating. I wanted to update you on some really cool things that are happening at the school. First of all, summer registration is out. If you are interested in lessons, summer is the perfect time to take lessons. They're low commitment, loosey goosey. So the lessons are scheduled around your schedule since we know that people go on vacations. You can miss some time and then do more than one lesson a week if you want to. We have cool camps and we have our musical that we're doing in August. So if you were interested at all in starting lessons and you're really interested in jumping in and trying it out, email me at hello@raleigh school of music.com. I also wanted to let you know that next Friday, so a week from today, we are having our composer convocation. This is an annual thing. This is for students who have written music either in their lessons or outside their lessons. This is a chance for them to play it for other people. And we will be giving feedback just like we would during a regular convocation. It's a really cool experience. And if you haven't written anything yet, go spend this week writing something. It's about being creative. There's so many parts of music that we're learning every week, and not always are we learning about creating something new. We are a lot of the time interpreting other composers' works. So this is a time for you to be completely creative and to be free and then to be able to play it and get feedback. It's one of my most favorite times of the year. Also, we have recitals coming up June 7th at Keenan Recital Hall. Recitals will be all day. They are free and open to the public. These kids are getting dressed up. It is the perfect culminating event for everything they've learned this school year because it brings in everything they've learned, but then also adds in nerves to the mix. And so it is a wonderful growth marker from one semester to the next. So please join us for that day. On a personal note, I'm about to be certified in Pilates very soon. I'm getting ready to take my exam. So we will have a class starting in July, the first Sunday in July. It'll be July 6th. I'm trying to decide if it will be in the morning or in the afternoon. Please let me know if you have a preference. This is open to all moms and dads and students and people who are not affiliated with the school. Pilates is such a good way to get in touch with your body. And I will also be adding in somatic exercises at the end of my Pilates classes. And somatic exercises are ways to release trauma and pain and stress and negativity from our bodies because we do hold on to that stuff. And so for musicians, that's so helpful to rid yourself of that and be able to play with more freedom and less holding. And so come and try it. It'll be outside in our parking lot of the school, 9204 Falls in the New Suite 110. And yeah, it'll be either in the morning or the afternoon, either before services or after in the afternoons. I'm not sure which one yet. It'll be $10 per class. You would just bring it to the class and bring your yoga mat, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I would say that Pilates has been one of the single most good things I did for myself this year. I have learned so much about my body and how I move and what I hold on to and all of that stuff um, from Pilates. I think it's just amazing. I train. I've told you guys about that. I train and I think it's great, but Pilates works the smaller muscles. And so if you don't really get that chance, come and try this out. This is for everyone. It was created by Joseph Pilates during World War II, and it's to help with alignment and just so many different other things. So if you have back problems or if you have mobility issues, it is such a good medium. It's just a good medium. All right, so I want to talk a little bit today about our values of our school. I've talked about it quite a bit, but I think it's always helpful to kind of know where we stand, what makes us different from other places in the area, because we're all different. We all have something to offer the area, but we're different. We offer something different. We are a classically based school. So that means we focus mainly on classical music, but we do add in other styles as well. But we come from it from a classical point of view. So we are taking time to teach in a steady, consistent way and not expecting some big end goal right away. So that's kind of the biggest thing about classical is that steady, consistent education. We teach people how to read music because we think that is just as important. The learning of the language is just as important as the being able to perform. And then also being able to teach steady techniques and the foundational parts of music before we jump in ahead to stylistic things and yeah, just different styles. So that's what we consider ourselves a classically based school. Our mission of the school is cultivating confidence and artistic excellence through music. So how we do that, what we value is that all of our teachers have degrees in music. Most of us have masters, and we have spent lots of time and money and energy on our own schooling. And a lot of us are performers, are out there, and that's why we're not open on the weekends because a lot of us are out performing in weddings and concerts and ensembles in the area. And we want our teachers to be able to do that, to be able to go away and have the weekends to be able to perform. And if longer, we encourage that. We think that good teachers mean that we have had experience performing as well. Also, we very much value community. So whereas you can go and work with one teacher by yourself, the fact is that we are a community of people. We have this nice house-like building where we're all together and then we perform for each other and then we have convocation with each other and we perform in ensembles with each other. Various times we do camps, stuff like that, because music is a language. It's a way we connect. Music is meant to be shared. And so we do it in our community. And I think that when we work one-on-one with someone, while that has its benefits, it does lose out on the community aspect. And so we are able to come together and then we do separate fun things like little celebrations here and there, like having the parents come in for a wine and cheese night and talk about how we can support each other. There are so many different examples I can give, and I'm always open to new ideas about that because we want people to feel connected because music connects us. It's so important. Another thing is that as our mission says, we are about confidence building. So everything that we do, whether it be that we have strong boundaries in place and that we have strong expectations in place, or whether that we provide the performing opportunities, or that we, have an expectation of the instrument that you use and the piano and the style and how you practice and all of that stuff, it all goes into confidence building, right? Because confidence is something that doesn't happen for the most part automatically. It builds over time, and we really believe in that. And that means sitting with those uncomfortable feelings of the highs and lows of what it means to be a musician, those times where it gets hard to practice, we have so much going on, and still being able to be that duck on the waves as they go by, right? Just letting it just go right through us, right? Because it's not acting out of those moments, it's being able to stick with it through those moments. That's when you know you're a musician, right? That's when you know that you have built that confidence and that you can do anything, right? So another thing is that we believe in the intrinsic value of music, that within it, it is this thing that it's not a tangible thing, right? It's this thing that's beyond ourselves. It's something bigger than us that we work towards. It's just what makes the world beautiful. And it's just this, it is this opinion based, there is no set thing. It is just, it's just out there. It's just out there. Nobody can tell you you're not a musician. Nobody can define for you who you're going to be, how you're going to play. It is just not this measurable thing It's something bigger than ourselves. It's something bigger than if you're a spiritual person at all, like I said, I am. I think I feel closer to God when I'm expressing myself and listening to music. It's just otherworldly. It's this gift that comes from some place that we cannot even fathom. Um, the thing that I most deeply align with at the Raleigh School of Music, the thing that I will harp on and continue to say like a broken record till this till we're done, and that is the commitment part of this school. It does not make me always very popular. It does not make me popular with people because we are so used to the immediate. We're so distracted and we want to do so many different things. But what it takes to be a musician, a good musician, a great musician, is that commitment. It is the repeated education, it's the repeated coming in when the highs and lows and everything is going on around us, continuing to learn, not because we are trying to be the best, that we're trying to one up on someone or anything like that. It's because we truly love it. We love it so much, even through the highs and lows, even when we're so frustrated with ourselves because we're not growing how we want to grow, or we're not doing what we want to do with it, or whatever it is, but committing to it no matter what, no matter what. And feeling good in that, you have committed to something for life. This is a lifetime commitment. The lessons, maybe not, but music is a lifetime commitment. And I think lessons can be like that too, because who's to say you've ever reached your pinnacle? I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. We can always get better. We can always learn more. We can always learn more about ourselves as musicians, as people. It is about commitment, not about talent. I would much rather hear someone who has stuck with something and vowed to learn than someone who just picked up something and started playing yesterday. You watch those shows like American Idol and all that, they all want a good story. But what I want to hear from my musicians is that you stuck with it. You stuck with it when it got hard. You stuck with it when you got that rejection. That's that is a true musician. Also, being a classically based school, we focus on technique. We want you to have technique. We want you to be able to know what sound you're going to make for the most part before you make it. We want you to be able to have a consistent sound. We want it to have a nice balance of muscle and breath and freedom, and not just accepting any kind of sound. And as long as the style is right, then it's good. No, style by itself is empty. It's empty. It's an empty promise. And a lot of programs focus on that. They skip the necessary stuff. Technique, the foundation, knowing what you're going to sound like before you do, that has to come first. Being able to do those technique things for a singer, it's being able to utilize your breath in the correct way. It's about being able to balance all of the different things going on within your muscle and with your body. And then the style stuff comes later, comes after. But it's a step-by-step process. We do not skip. We do not skip technique. That is so important. It saves you from injury. Now, it's not foolproof because you still could get injured, but it is much less likely that you will be injured or that you will be faking whatever it is if you have the proper technique. We also combine individual performing because we think performing is so important. We don't require our students to perform, but it is a big part of learning. Not only does it give us something to work towards, but then it's also those growth markers, and it's also a way to share. it is that individual performance, being able to play by yourself, play as duets, and then also being able to play as ensemble and not just one way. Being able to play all those different things because they're all completely different from each other. Being able to perform, it is a very good value. Some people don't agree with that. And I understand that side too, but for us, it is a way for us to share with each other. It does not mean that if you fail a performance, if you don't do something that you wanted to do, if you made a mistake, that that is the end of the world and that, you know, it tells you whatever you need to know. No, because performing is not the final product. It's just not. It is the final product when you say it's the final product. It is the final, and I argue that it's never the final product, that it's always about learning. It's always about learning. There is always more to learn. Being a musician is not about being perfect. It is about commitment. It is about learning more about yourself. I could just go on and on about that. Also, having a lot of performing opportunities is something at our school we like to do. Having convocation, having the connections with the retirement homes, and doing the recital downtown, and doing the recital at the church, and doing the recital different places, having those 3 recitals a year. Also encouraging our students to go be in their school ensembles and be in the community like Triangle Youth Philharmonic and all of that. We encourage our students to do that. The more that you can audition, the less the sting is when it doesn't happen, and the more you can do, the further you can go, the more you can believe in yourself. Putting yourself out there, it's good for you. It's good for you. We should not always be getting everything. Gosh, rejection, it is just information. It is just information. We do not have half-hearted musicians at this school. No half-heartedness. That's not how I believe we should live our lives. But I also don't think this school should have that. And I don't think that musicians should go out there being half-hearted, no matter what. So 1 foot in and 1 foot out? No. That is a protection from rejection. That is a protection for anxiety for the future because not knowing, right? The unknown. No. You can still have anxiety. I do. You can still have anxiety. Does not mean that you don't try. No half-heartedness. So all of these values makes this a tough sell sometimes. I see a lot of programs out there teaching people fast, teaching people how to be a musician fast, less investment. And that's just not us. So you have to decide, what kind of musician do you want to be? What kind of way do you want to learn? Does it work for you to get to the stuff that you want to play really fast? If so, then we might not be the school for you. If you want to take it the step-by-step methodical way, we're here. Commitment. Commitment. You can go as far as you want to go. Don't let anybody tell you. No, you might have to be creative with it. If you want to go to the top of the top, you want to be working all the top orchestras and the top wherever, you also might have to do other things too. And you got to keep going. You can't stop. You got to keep trying and auditioning and stuff. But it's about commitment. And if you get to the end of your life and you've tried it and it hasn't happened for you, at least you've dedicated your life to something. There are people who just survive, just merely survive. Do you want to just survive in this world, or do you want to live for something bigger than yourself? Do you want to have purpose? We talked about this, the ikigai. Don't you want to have ikigai? This is a way that you can find your ikigai, your purpose. Don't ever live half-heartedly. Don't be a musician half-heartedly. Commit. On that note, talk to you soon. Bye.